He's one of the most influential figures this time of year. Frankenstein and his bolts. We did some digging in the archives and came across a few frightful stories from the 1980s that pay tribute to the creature. We're cracking open the CBS 2 vault again, going back to 1988 in Berwyn, where we cordially invite you to Dr. Frankenstein's garage.
If you're in Berwyn near 32nd Street and you start hearing heartbeats as you approach David Link's house, you're in the right frame of mind. You're also not hearing things. It's a gallery of ghouls in David's garage. The theme this year is Frankenstein's laboratory, and it's a real shocker. David is a toy designer who every fall spends a couple months of spare time turning his two-car garage into a Halloween display, kind of working out ideas that he doesn't have time for at work.
I present my work once a year in my own gallery at my own home.
Which just happens to be a garage the rest of the year, right?
Exactly.
The display opens tonight and will remain open evenings for the next week.
It's part theater. The walls are made of painted cloth. It's part sculpture and it's part special effects. And because David does this on a budget and it is open to the public for free, it's also part flea market.
The skeleton came from a shop in Indianapolis. The electrode lights are built on a base of metal salad bowls. And this thingamajig was once a display case for Timex watches.
You just have to be able to take those parts and say, that can go with that and look like this if it's painted in a certain way.
Dave Link knows the best horror comes from everyday life. Take this guy. Go ahead. Try to convince me you don't look just like this every Monday morning of your life. I know I do. But then I've also learned how to counter the evils of fluorescent lighting. Mark Schaefer, Channel 2 News.
Just 1 year earlier in 1987, a local couple decided to get hitched in a rather unusual way, turning their special moment into a mad monster party.
The groom, the bride,
Could somebody get me the magazine that's in the kitchen on the table?
both trying to be the best that they can be.
You know, you look exactly like the Bride of Frankenstein. Great makeup.
Thanks.
As the ghoulish wedding party gathered in the living room, a seamstress held hostage in the basement finished the ceremonial cloaks.
Oh, God, craziness. Sheer unadulterated. Oh, don't do that.
Is this what anybody normally does for a wedding?
On to the cemetery. Yes, the cemetery, for the wedding, of course.
What do you expect? It's Halloween.
Everybody's attended, including the Reverend Kirk, to marry Frank and the soon-to-be Mrs. Stein.
They're wonderful, beautiful, wonderful people.
So, as the ducks took a gander at this Halloween wedding for two, the deer, yes, deer, looked on from afar, and the ghouls looked on too.
And George, at this time you may kiss your bride.
All right.
Go ahead. Mike Kirsch, The Weekend News.
Finally. Dear friends.
I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight, when my monster from its slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. He did the monster mash. The zombies were having fun. The party had just begun. The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. The scene was rocking, all were digging the sounds. Igor on chains backed by his baying hounds. The coffin bangers were about to arrive with their vocal group, the Crypt Kicker Five. They played the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. They played the monster mash.